Hi guys, welcome to this session where you learn how to build a shooter game in Unreal Engine and also get a taste of how Unreal Engine works. I'm Javish and I'm a 26-year-old entrepreneur, angel investor, content creator and a lifelong learner. So enjoy the session and I'll be back by the middle of the session with a surprise for you guys.
So hello everyone, I am Bandi Chaudhary, one of the core developers at Ghost Code Interactive, and I have an experience of using Unreal Engine since two and a half years, and it is very easy to make games in Unreal Engine, and today I am going to show you that. Today we will be going to make a game, a zombie shooter game, and at the end of this tutorial you will be learning how to use Unreal Engine to make games. Today we are going to make a very basic game, and I'll show you it is very easy to make games in Unreal Engine. Now Unreal Engine is a very powerful software which is used to make games as well as movies. Many movies use Unreal Engine to make their CGI and VFX, but today we will be going to make a game. So starting from how to download Unreal Engine. So to download an Unreal Engine you will need an Epic Games account. So I'll show you how to download it. You should have an account in an Epic Games. Now go into Unreal Engine. Your interface is going to be, you will be going in the store. Then go in Unreal Engine. Now to download it you will have to go to library. Then you can select the engine version here. Now for now I am using 5.2 and you can use your own version according to your choice. Just click on the engine version here and you can just install it. So I've already installed 5.2 and I'll be using that for today. So now this is going to be your interface. So for now our concern is going to be third person shooter. This is a template which you can use, and this comes with many functionalities, like you will have the character as the movement and all of that will be in this. I'll be explaining you every detail as we go through this tutorial. So let's name our project. Let's call it zombie shooter. Okay, I used double I. Zombie shooter. So if you have ray tracing you can enable it here, but I'm not going to enable it, and just select the starter content. This quality preset can be maximum or scalable. I'll be using scalable here. And our target platform is you can make games for desktop as well as mobile. So today we are making a desktop. So we'll create a project here. Now see, this is going to be a starting interface. So let me explain you everything what you are seeing here. Now this here, the screen you are seeing here is called viewport. Here you can see your scene, how your game is working and all. Now in the left side there is a place actor panel where you can place anything. Now first of all let's start with what are the key equipments that we will be using. Now we will be using visual scripting of Unreal Engine, which is a very very accessible feature for beginners. Visual scripting is where you don't have to write lines and lines of code to make a game, and visual scripting uses nodes. What are nodes? Nodes are basically block of codes in nodes format. I'll show you. So starting with the interface, this is viewport where our scene will be there, and on the left side panel is a place actor where we can pull out things and place it in our level, all of this. Now the arrows you are seeing here is called a gizmo. Now these icons are used for moving, rotating and transform. This one is for move, you can use it to move your actor. You can click here and rotate it. This is a sphere so you cannot see. You can use it to rotate it, and now this is how to scale it. You can scale it to Z axis, X axis and Y axis. So now to move in the level you can just press right click on your mouse and then move it freely, and you can use your scroll to zoom in. This thing you are seeing here is the camera speed. You can manage it from here, how fast you want to travel in the level. And you can I'll keep it to 0.33 as you can also use the shortcut here. You just press the right click of the mouse and then scroll it. You can see here that my camera speed is changing. If you scroll your wheel up, it will increase, and if you scroll your wheel down, it will decrease. So these are just basics. In the top side corner, we can see this is the file. You can save it from here. This is edit, this is window, and see if I remove this, how to bring it. You can click on window and then just click on the place actor. This is the outliner. Outliner is basically what are the things present in the level. As you can see, I have clicked it here, and my cube is selected. So this contains everything that is placed in the level. If you forgot what you have placed in the level, you can just search it here. Like I'll search for cube, and I can select it from here. And if you press F on it, it will focus on it. And you can also double click on it to focus. It's very simple. And if you click on play, your the template, third person template is going to play. As you can see, we have a character here. This is going to be our player character. So as you can see, it does basic movement with WASD, and you can press space to jump. These are just basic movement. So now starting with the coding part. The coding part, it is very simple, I'll tell you. So this is the content drawer. You can also dock it. You can also click on Windows to get a content browser, and you can dock it here. But I prefer content drawer, as you get a lot of space here. So we'll click on the content drawer. We'll go in the characters folder. No, not characters folder, the third person folder, as we are using the third person template. And we'll go in the blueprints and then third person character. Now this might seem overwhelming, but it is not. It is very simple. We'll go in the viewport, and we can see here this is our character. Now starting with the left side panel. Now we'll go in the content drawer. We'll go in the third person template. We'll click on the blueprints folder, and then you see the BP third person. BP is for blueprints. Like we will be using blueprints for our coding, and blueprints are nothing but visual scripting. Now we'll double click on this and open this. Now this might seem overwhelming, but it is not. First of all, we will start going in the viewport. This is our character, and in the left side panel, these are the things that is that our character is using. First of all, this is the capsule component. This is basically the base of this character. So this handles the collision and all. Now this is just the arrow component, just to see the direction, the front direction of our character. This is mesh. Mesh is basically the character. As you can see here, we are using the queen here. So this is the skeletal mesh that we'll be using. And this is the camera boom. This is just this is the follow camera, and follow camera is attached to the camera boom. I'll be playing this, and you can see that our camera is a little further, so that is because of the camera boom. Now going in the event graph. This is very simple. What are events? Events are nothing but basic functions. As you can see, these are the nodes that I was talking about. Nodes have one execution pin or one output pin. Events and function have execution pin. The triangle type of icon you can see here is the execution pin. Now how the execution of blueprints work is from left to right. So if I disconnect this, our code will not work. This is the execution pin. This controls the flow of code. This is all of these are nodes. Okay, so a node has can have two things, one input pin and one output pin, and this is the execution pin. So before going further, I'll tell you to get two of the packs from Marketplace. You can see in Epic Games Launcher. We'll go in the Marketplace, and we'll be using two of the free packs. The first pack name is Anim Starter Pack. I'll have this in my library. You can search it in Marketplace. Anim Starter Pack will add to project. Like if your project is not showing, just click on show all project and your project will be showing. Just select your project and add to project. Now this will be added, it is added. Now our next pack is going to be military pack, which will be this we will be using this for the guns. We'll add to this project. As you can see, my project is not showing as because this is made for a lower version of the game, but that is no problem. Just select the last version that it is showing here and then add to the project. So all of these are added. You can go to content, you can go to anim starter pack, and you can see there are many animations here. What are animation? As the name suggests, these are the animation that our character is going to play. So as you can see, this is the this is in UE4 skeleton. Wait, yeah, this is in the UE4 skeleton. Now as you can see, our character is using a different skeleton here. This is the UE5 skeleton, and this animation pack is using UE4 skeleton. So how should we use it? Now we can do one thing, like we can retarget this. You can click on the filters, click on animation, and then animation sequence. Like we can click on this animation and then animation sequence. Now this will filter every animation that we'll be using. We'll select all, right click on it, retarget animation asset, duplicate and retarget. Now Unreal comes with like default retargeter from UE4 to UE5. Now what is a retargeter? Retargeter is nothing but it actually just retargets the animation from one skeleton to another. Just you can select a folder here. I'll just keep it on the content folder, retarget. Now every animation that we will be using will be retargeted and will be placed in the content drawer. Now this looks very unorganized, so we'll be organizing this a little. We'll make a new folder and we'll call this UE5 shooter animes. Now naming convention is very important when you are making game. That will help you to like remember what are the codes that you have used and what are the blueprints that you have used. So we'll move everything here. And now you can see that our every animation is the same and it is in the UE5 skeleton. Now here in skeletal mesh, I'll be using a Mani. The name of it will be SKM Mani. Like this is just my preference, and we'll be using anim class. Animation mode is going to be use animation blueprint. I'll come on this later. This will be ABP Mani. So all of the animation are retargeted. Now first thing that we'll have to do is to make a socket. Now why socket? I'll show you. Also the military pack that we have installed, added to the project, go in the weapons folder and you can see the assault rifle here. We'll be using this. Now how to use this? We'll click on our mesh, click on add, we'll select for skeletal mesh, BP assault rifle. As you can see, like it is already selected because I selected it here, that's why. And if yours is not showing, just search for assault rifle, it will come. And as you can see, like this assault rifle is at our feet and that is not very shooter type. Yeah, that doesn't look good, so that is why we will have to add a socket. Now what are sockets? Sockets are nothing but now we will have to add a socket. What are sockets? I'll show you. See, this is our skeletal mesh. Now we will have to select for hand. Where are we going to hold the weapon? On our hand. So our position is going to be like this. We have an animation that will be that will be in this position. So we'll have to select a preview animation, and we'll select for idle, rifle, hip. As you can see, this is our animation. So here we will have to add a gun. How to do that? Click on hand R, right click on this, add socket, and this thing that you are seeing here is called socket. We'll name this weapon socket. Now how to know that this is perfect or not? We'll right click on this again, add preview asset, assault rifle. Now this doesn't look good, obviously. Now how should we use? We'll select for weapon socket here. We'll click on this, preview scene. We'll rotate this a little, and as you can see, like this looks good, but as you can see, the fingers are clipping. So we'll go in the details panel. So we'll add a mesh here just for preview, and as you can see, like mine is fixed, but yours will not be. Yours will be a little bit like this. So just rotate this on Z axis, and as you can see, it is clipping a little bit, but it depends on you how do you want to set it. But for the tutorial purpose, I am not going to change it. So now going to the our third person character, we'll click on the assault rifle, click on the parent socket, and we'll select the socket that we have created, which will be weapon socket. As you can see, the weapon is in our hand. We can do the one thing, like we can decrease the scale of it. Now as you can see, this looks a little bit better. Now I showed you like we'll be walking like this, but this is not optimal. So what should we do? We'll be going in the animation blueprint. Now what are animation blueprint? Animation blueprint is nothing but as the name suggests, it actually handles the animation part of our game. So here the blueprint actually handles the code part of the game, and animation blueprint handles the animation part of the game. So this will also look very overwhelming, but this is very simple. You can see event blueprint update animation. This actually updates everything on tick, and in every tick this updates. And this is blueprint initialize animation. Now what are blueprint initialize animation? It is same as event begin play. And what is event begin play? Event begin play is nothing but it is an event that is triggered whenever we play our level. So in anim blueprint, we'll go in the anim graph. I'll suggest you to delete this for now, and this is control rig. This is not very important for now. This is a advanced type of thing. And these are state machines. What are state machine? State machine is a thing. It actually handles different states of our game, like a dead state, or we can add as you can see, we have idle and walk run. So this is basically locomotion. Like you can add one state machine for your death, for any other purpose. For now we will be using only the locomotion. As you can see here, there are two states here: idle, walk and run. So idle shows that when our character is idle, and walk and run will show when our character is running. You can see here these are transition rules. Now when our character should go to walk and run, when our character should be idle, transition rule decides that. So you can double click on this and you can see should move. what should move is doing here. Like this is getting the value from our character, that should our character move or not. So we'll click on idle. As you can see, there is one animation here. You can double click on this, and this is the idle animation. But we don't have to use the default idle animation here. We'll get our own asset browser. I will select for idle, the one that we used for preview. Idle rifle, or idle, if I can spell it right. Idle rifle here. Now this is the output pin. This is basically the output pin that I showed you here, the execution pin. We'll select it to the output animation push. We'll compile this, and you can see our idle animation is changed. Now see, this looks good. Now our next point is going to be like this is not very natural. For like you cannot take a gun and just run like this. So we'll have to change the walk and run too. Now changing the walk and run brings us to our next point, that is blend spaces. What are blend spaces? Blend spaces are nothing but condition based blending of animation. We can use some condition and we can add some of the animation and it will smoothly blend it. I'll show you. For now we'll make a new folder which will be called blend spaces. You can keep it anywhere, but I'll just like it more organized. Right click in the content drawer, go in the animation, legacy. We'll be using 1D blend space for now. There are 2D blend spaces. 2D blend spaces is nothing but it will have two axes, X and Y. We can use two conditions there, but for now we'll be using only 1D blend space. You will have to select a skeleton. Select SK mannequin, as this is the skeleton, not the skeletal mesh. This is the skeleton of our character. We'll call this BS shooter walk. Why I have used BS for blend space. This falls under naming conventions. Double click on this, and here you can see we have one horizontal axis. We'll call this speed. Okay, so what should be our speed? You can go in the character, you can click on the character movement component, and you can search for max walk speed. This is just the like class defaults, the details which the default values that comes with the template. You can see here our max walk speed is 500, so we'll be using it. Maximum is going to be 500. We can use the grid divisions to, let's keep it 4 for now. We can click on snap to grid. Now how the blend spaces work, as I told you, we'll be using criteria to blend animation smoothly. As you can see, you can press Ctrl and just move your mouse, so this cross is going to move. As you can see now, this is showing a preview value speed. Okay, you can see here our speed is going in minus, but it will start from 0 to 500. Okay, so here we will be using search in the asset browser. These are the animation that come that uses our skeleton. We'll be searching for idle underscore rifle hip. We'll drag this here and to the leftmost side where our speed is 0. You can see this is idling, and we can search for rifle. We'll search for a jog forward rifle. Okay, we'll drag this to anywhere according to your choice, but I'll be using it at speed 125. Okay, so as you can see, this is blending very smoothly. Here when the speed is 0, it is standing still, and when the speed is greater than 125, it will be continuously running forward, and in this part it is blending very smoothly. So how to use blend space? We have created one, but how to use it? We'll go in the ABP menu. You can delete this. We'll be going into ABP menu. You can see here walk and run. We'll double click on this. As you can see, this is also using a blend space, the BS mm_walk. We'll delete this for now. Click on the content drawer. We can just drag and drop it. Simple as that. As you can see, this is using an input pin and an output pin. The input pin is speed. We have added it here, and we can drag. The beautiful part of the visual scripting is it is very simple, and you can see everything that you are coding in the runtime. And as you can see, ground speed, we can just drag it from here, and then we can add it to input pin, and then we can drag the output pin to the output animation pose, and we can compile it. You cannot see it here, but in the level you can definitely see it. I'll show you. Yeah, as you can see, we are idling here, and whenever we try to move, we are moving very naturally. That looks good. Now the movement part is done. Now what about the shooting part? So for shooting, we will be using line traces. What are line traces? Think of it as a laser. Whenever you are pointing laser, it has a start point, and it basically has no end point, but our line trace will have an end point. So I'll show you. We'll create an custom event. What is a custom event? It is nothing but a custom function that you are making. Add custom event. We will be calling this fire, for simple. Now, when should we fire? Whenever we click on left click, we'll right click on this, and this drop down menu that you're seeing, it contains a lot of code. As I told you, we are using block of codes in node format. So we'll be searching for left mouse button. Search for left mouse button. Now this is a pre-made event which is triggered whenever we are pressing our left click. So when it is pressed, we'll drag it from here. You can drag it and then search it. Our custom event fire. Now what are the codes that fire should contain? Now we'll search for, right click on it, line trace by channel. Now you can see there are different pins here, start and end. As I told you, start and end. This is the trace channel. Trace channel is basically the collision channel that our character is using. To get some result, we will have to collide this line trace with our character. You can search, you can click on the mesh, you can search for collision, and you can see here, click on the drop down menu, collision preset. You can see here it is ignoring the visibility channel. And it is blocking the camera channel. So we'll be using the camera channel here, as because it is blocking it. Click on the camera channel. Trace complex, not for now. Actors to ignore, not for now. Draw debug type. What is draw debug type? Draw debug type is it will be showing you a debug of the line trace that you are using. We can keep it to for duration for now. You can use a drop down here, and you can change the draw time. We'll keep it to 1 second. What is draw time? As we have used for duration, it will only show you the debug for 1 second, and then it will disappear. So we will connect this here. Now what should be our start location? We cannot shoot our bullets from our hand. We should have a start location at our gun. The start, we just go in the skeletal mesh, and we'll use sockets again. Now we'll be in the start position should be the tip of the gun, the barrel of the gun. We'll just click on the grip bone, just right click on it, add socket. This we'll call this barrel, and we can drag it here and set it to the tip of our gun. Now we will use this socket as the start location. Now how to use it? Just drag your assault rifle here, and just will get socket location. What is get socket location? it is simple. It actually gets the location of the socket that we will set. The name of our socket was barrel. We'll copy it here and then we'll paste it here. Now this will get the location of our socket. As you can see, this yellow resembles the vector pen. Vector uses X, Y and Z. We'll drag it from the output and we'll set it to our start. Now what should be the end location? For the end location, we'll be getting our follow camera. Why follow camera? Because as you can see, our camera is basically pointing at the center of the screen, and in games you will like very not very frequently you will be seeing that you are shooting somewhere else, like you can do that, but that is advanced. For now we'll be focusing on the center of where our camera is facing. We can escape here. We'll get the rotation of our follow camera. Get world rotation. This gets the rotation of our camera, and we'll get forward vector. What is get forward vector? It is nothing but we are getting the forward vector of our camera. We'll multiply this with 1000, because if we don't multiply this, the start and end location is going it is going to be very small, so we'll have to multiply this. You can click on the asterisk symbol and you can see here it is multiply, or you can search for multiply. Simple. Now we'll right click on this. As we are not concerned about X, Y and Z, we'll just right click on this. We'll change it to float, as we'll have to just multiply it with one value, and the value can be around 2000. Now I'll be showing you one thing. This will be in the end. Okay, so you might think it will work, but it won't, as because you can see it is not now going in the center of our screen. Why? Because we'll have to do one more thing here. We'll get the location of our camera, and then we'll have to add this value to it. Get world location. We'll click on add, and we can drag it to add, and now this is going in the end. Now as you can see, we are firing. This is you cannot see it very properly, as because our camera is directly behind our back. So we'll change the camera angle also. Now we are not going to select directly the follow camera, we are changing the boom. This is the target arm length. The red line you are seeing here is the length of the camera boom. We'll change it to 300. The target offset in Y is going to be 50 and Z is going to be 50. So I set it to 500. It is going to be 50 because like the camera will be facing this position. Now as you can see, you can see a line trace, and whenever it is hitting, you can see a hit result type. Simple. Now we want to make it automatic. How to make it automatic? We'll have to create a loop. Now after fire, we can call for delay. What is the delay? It is just a delay in between one function and another. The delay can be around 0.1, and we can just from completed, you can drag it, pull it back, and then add to the execution pin of the fire. Now this is going to create a loop. We should have a delay because without delay we'll be like will fall into a infinite loop, and the engine will crash. So we should have a delay here. So now you can see, if I just if I can just click my left click and leave it, it is continuously firing. Now how to stop it? We'll create a boolean. Boolean is nothing but it has only two values, 0 and 1. We'll create a boolean. These are the variables. This is the variable panel. The variables that we will be using, we'll add and we'll call it shooting. Okay, this is going to be shooting. Now whenever we are pressing our left click, we'll enable it, and when we are releasing it, we'll disable it. We can drag it here. It is very simple. This is the beauty of visual scripting. Just you can drag and drop your codes. We'll get set shooting, not get shooting, as we are setting the value here. We'll set it to true. The tick mark shows that this is true, and when released, again set shooting, this will be false. Now what should we do here? We'll get this value. We'll be getting this value. We are getting boolean of this. Like if this is true, only then we'll be shooting the fire. Now we'll drag this here. We'll search for branch. Branch is nothing but simple if and else statement. It has also true and false. A shortcut for branch is just press B on your keyboard and then left click. Very simple.
Hi guys, a couple of months back, I started this company called Just Video Labs, which was an R&D vertical of my media production company Just Video Studio. And we decided to start offering generative AI and metaverse consulting and services to companies. We were quick to realize that if we need to scale, we need to bridge the talent gap in the market. The way our current education systems are structured is that the arts guy is going to arts, the engineering guy is going to engineering, and they usually never interact with each other. That's a huge problem in this new world of AI and metaverse. A graphic designer, video editor, filmmaker, programmer, engineer, or interior designer cannot be sticking to just their own fields. They need to operate at the intersection of all the above fields. Which is why we have identified a few tools everyone needs to understand to operate at the intersection of these fields. And one of those tools is called Unreal Engine. Now, Unreal Engine is popularly known as a game engine that game developers use to make games, but also filmmakers and visual effects artists use for filmmaking and pre-visualization. The new update also features the ability to make motion graphics, and you can even model and simulate worlds to understand its physics. Learning Unreal Engine is also a good introduction to programming by using something called blueprints instead of writing code. All of the above skills are best taught in a game development course. The upside of this is, of course, you get to kickstart your career directly into the massive gaming industry, while also having the option to explore careers in other fields by adding skill sets in your arsenal. In fact, even Elon Musk has said that we actually hire a lot of our best software engineers out of the gaming industry. I assume games will become the future of education because they are just so much fun to follow along with. This course is about hands-on teaching you how to make full-fledged, complex 3D games the likes of GTA. What's more interesting is that the same technology used to make these games is also used to make digital experiences ranging from architecture to AR and VR experiences. And with things like the Apple Vision Pro and Meta Quest 3 already out and creating buzz, it's better to be here, building for the metaverse, than to be in the old world. We are bringing to you a beginner-friendly 3-month-long course that will immediately put you in a position to kickstart your career in this industry. For this, I have got industry experts from Infinity Head Studios to be your teachers and mentors to guide you on how you can break into the industry and learn the best industry practices. Now, because this is our first offering of a course on this platform, I am personally going to be extremely involved in making sure each one of you derives value from this course. The mentors and the community, and for those who want jobs post this, we will assist you in getting a job or making additional course offerings for the positions you like so that you can get the job you really want to do. I am bringing all of this to you at an introductory price at a 50% discount on our regular pricing of Rs 60,000 if you sign up during the course of this webinar itself. In this course, we'll be teaching you how Unreal Engine works and a set of related free tools and student license-based tools that we are going to use to make full-fledged games. We'll be creating self-paced, pre-recorded classes for you which will allow you to learn the material when you want at your own leisure, and bring weekly mentor sessions and a mentor-driven Discord community taught in an interactive fashion by actual experts. It's a real-life university interactive experience on the internet. And any questions you might have are actually put out into a kind of Discord based group where you are able to solve it in real time. Now, one question I'm sure a lot of you have is, well, I have a lower end PC. All you will need for this course is a basic laptop with GTX 1650 and Ryzen 5. Of course, if you have any other questions, you can contact me on my social handles below. I look forward to meeting you guys and onboarding you into this new world. Bye!
Now from the true value, whenever this is true, only then we'll proceed. And from false, like you can see, we have not added anything, so the execution will stop here. It will not go here. So now you can see, if I keep pressing my left click, we are firing, and if I release it, we are not firing. Now our fire logic is done. Now we'll create a zombie. Now to make a zombie that will be our enemy, we'll have to create a new class. We'll make a new folder. We'll call this zombie. We'll double click on this. We'll create a new folder. We'll call this blueprints. This will contain all the blueprints part, and we'll make one new folder. This will be called animations. This will have all the animations of this. Now we'll open the blueprint. We'll right click on this. We'll be clicking the blueprint class. Now what should be our blueprint class? You can see there are different classes here. One is actor, one is pawn, one is character. These are nothing, just the parent classes of our characters. Now if we make a character, this will be like inheriting all the function that is pre-made with the character, and same for pawn and actor. Now character class, we can use this for like our basic characters and all, and actors are nothing but everything that you can see in the level. Everything is maximum, like most of the things are actors. We'll click on character. We'll call this BP_zombie. Now if you open the character class, this comes with some default things. As I told you, this is a self, capsule component, arrow for direction, and mesh. Like for now we'll be using the UE4 skeleton mesh for our zombie, because like for the tutorial purpose, you can download your own skeleton mesh for zombie. We'll search for Manny. We'll search for man first, and SK mannequin. As you can see, this is a UE4 skeleton mesh. Now this is a little not acceptable, so what to do? Click on mesh. As you can see, we will have to change the location of it and the rotation of it. Now for like I would suggest just click on the Z axis and type the value -86 and change the rotation to -90. Now this is where our arrow is used. This is the front direction of our capsule component. Now this doesn't look like a zombie at all, so we'll have to make a new animation blueprint of this, because every animation that we are using is controlled by our animation blueprint. We'll close this all, like we don't need this for now. We'll close. Now we'll keep the BP third person. Now we'll go in content drawer. Now I told you to make a folder of animations. We'll now open it and we'll click on animation, and we'll select animation blueprint. Now what should be the skeleton of this. We'll search it here again, man, and mannequin skeleton. We'll create this and we'll call this ABP zombie. Why ABP? Because animation blueprint. We'll double click on this and you can see there is nothing here, like there is nothing. So our character is not making doing some animation, it is not getting any value. So what should we do? We'll right click on this, we will search for initialize event blueprint, initialize animation. This is same as event begin play. Now in event begin play or initialize animation, we'll right click on this, we'll search for try get pawn owner. What this does, you can see it here, written value, try get pawn owner. It is not showing here, but this basically like gets the pawn of your class, and we'll be doing cast. What is cast? I'll tell you. Cast to BP underscore zombie. Now what this does is like this will create a connection between our animation blueprint and our zombie. So like by default we don't our like animation blueprint doesn't know that our character is zombie, so we'll have to create a cast, and from cast we can get the values of it, like some values that will be adding in the event graph. We'll get that. Now for now we'll keep it like this. We'll go in anim graph, we'll make a state machine that will be handling our state. We'll search for state machine, yeah, we'll call this locomotion. Now why do we need animation blueprint? I'll show you in a little bit. We will start with some code here. We'll add, go in the viewport, we'll add pawn sensing. What is pawn sensing? Like this might look overwhelming, but it is nothing but it is like the sphere that you are seeing here. It is the range where our pawn, our zombie, will be seeing our character. Okay, so what is pawn sensing? It is nothing but this will be sensing our pawn, like in some area. You can see that this big area here, like in this range our enemy will be seeing us. So we can change the angle here. We'll set it to 60. As you can see, this is a cone. This will be our vision, not our vision, zombie's vision. So like scroll it down a little bit and you can see on scene pawn. Our character is also a pawn. We'll click it here, and for now we'll just create a boolean which will be player scene, which will decide if we are getting seen by zombie or not. So we'll set it to true here. Oh, I just set it to named it player. We'll call it player scene, and this will be true here. And now we'll be in the zombie should move towards us. So for that we'll be making a new custom event. We'll call this follow player. Now this event or function will be concerned with our following the player. Here we'll be using AI move to. Like from the name you can guess that it is basically telling the AI to move to some location. What should be the location? We will be the location. Our location is going to be the location where AI should move. We'll just drag it from here. We'll search for AI move to. So as you can see, the pawn, this is the pawn, that is our zombie. We'll search for self. Self is nothing but we are getting a reference to us. Us is zombie. For now self is zombie, and the target actor will be get player character. This is also very simple. This just gets the player character, that is the player that we are using. We'll compile this. So when should we follow the player? When this is true. We'll get the player scene here. We'll press B on our keyboard, left click, then we'll get a branch, player scene, true. Now as you can see, like there is no zombie here. We'll go in the content drawer, we'll get to the blueprints, we'll just drag and drop it. This is not the blueprint, this is the instance of our blueprint. And now if I play, now you can see the enemy is not moving. Guess why? Because it has no navigation path. Now what is navigation path? Navigation path is nothing. Like in Unreal it is called nav mesh. We'll have to add a nav mesh. Why are we using nav mesh? Because our AI, like we can control our character according to our will. We know where do we want to go, but AIs have a nav mesh where then it is an area where they can move. I'll show you. We'll just drag. As I told you, you can place. You can use the left panel to place anything here. We'll search for nav mesh bounds volume. We'll click it, and we will go a little back. And about some shortcuts, you can click on W to move, to change this, E to rotate, and R to transform. We'll change its scale a little bit. And this is the area where our zombie is going to move. You can click on, just to see the nav mesh, just click on P on your keyboard, and every green part that you are seeing is where our AI can move. Okay, so now if we play, now you can see our AI is going to chase us. Why is it not chasing? So it is not chasing because we are not calling this function. As I told you, if we are not calling this will not get called, obviously. Now from our execution pin we can search for follow player. Now our zombie is going to chase us for sure. Now this actually looks very scary to me. Now this is scarier than zombie, as nobody chases you in A pose. As you can see, if we go out of range of this zombie, it is not chasing us, and if we come in the range of this or its vision, it is going to chase us. So this actually looks very scary to me, so I'm not going to use this animation. So what are the animation that are we going to use? So I have downloaded some few animations from Mixamo. Mixamo is nothing but it actually gets you free animation. It is a website. So in animation, I'll show you how importing in Unreal works. You can import. You can see in the content drawer an import sign. You can click on import. I'll browse to my. I'll browse to where I kept the animations. Outgoing FBX. Now you can select all and open it. Open. Now the animation also needs a skeleton, so we'll not click on import mesh as we have the skeletal mesh already, but we'll have to select the skeleton. What will be the skeleton? It is going to be SK mannequin skeleton. We'll click on this, import all. Now as every animation is imported, we'll see the animations. As you can see, this is the animation that we'll be using for idle. This is going to be for attack, this is going to be for run, and this is going to be for walk. I won't be using walk because that will get boring a little bit, so I'll be using a run, though it doesn't look like a zombie anyways. So how to use it? So we'll go in locomotion. This is the entry. We'll drag it from here. We'll click on add state, and you tell me what will be the name of the state. Idle. This will be the idle. we'll call one more here. So like for entry you don't have to have another transition, because it from starting it will go in the idle. This is the first state, and from idle we'll drag it again, we'll call for add state, and this will be run. This is going to be run. So the arrow that you are seeing here is actually you must have learned about directed graphs, right? So this is actually a directed graph. Think of it as a directed graph. So this is going from idle to run. As you can see, the flow of this is this way, and we also want our zombie to go from run to idle. So we'll drag it from here and then select it to idle. So when should we go from idle to run? When our speed is greater than 0, obviously. So we'll go in event graph. This is where our cast comes. Okay, we'll drag from ABP as BP zombie. We'll promote this to variable. What this does is like it creates a variable with reference to a zombie. Now from zombie, what we'll do here, we'll get zombie here. We'll call for get velocity. This gets the velocity of our zombie, and from a velocity we don't want the vector value of it, we only want the x and y value of it, because we are not concerned about if our zombie is flying or not. So we'll search for vector length xy. Okay, and then we'll set it to promote it to a variable. You can create a variable like this, or you can just manually create a variable here. We'll call this speed. This will be you can change the type of it. This is going to be a float. Now we can drag it here, set, and connect the execution pin, and the return value should go into speed. Now this will set the speed in every tick. Now in the transition rule, we'll get speed. Now as you can see, this is idle to run, so the speed should be greater than 0. We'll click on the greater than sign on our keyboard and we'll get the greater, or we can just search for greater. We'll get greater than 0. Now this outputs a boolean value. So if this is true, only then we can enter the transition. Okay, now if you compile, you will see a warning here. Result was visible but ignored, as because we don't have the run to idle. We'll get the speed again, and this when should we go back to idle? When our speed is 0. So we'll search for equals to. You can just click on equals to on your keyboard, or you can just search for it equals to 0. This is also going to be the same. Now compile. Now we'll have to add the animations of it. You can just drag and drop the animation. I'll use the zombie agonizing. For idle, we'll connect it here, and for run, this is going to be zombie run. Now we'll compile this, go into our BP zombie, click on our zombie self, animation blueprint, we'll be selecting ABP zombie. As you can see, if we play it here, see we have not connected the locomotion graph here, so we'll have to connect this, compile, and you can see this is in the idle state. And if we play it here, as you can see, it is playing once and then stopping. If I run forward, as you can see, it is sliding here. Why? Because we are not looping the animation. We'll go into ABP zombie, go in locomotion, double click on idle, and scroll in the details panel, and we'll select the loop animation. Now this will loop zombie run. Sorry, we'll click, go in the details panel, again loop animation, save. Okay. Now as you can see, the zombie is actually very fast, and in general zombies are not so fast. So what should we do? we'll set the speed of it. We'll go in the BP zombie, click on the character movement, we'll search for max walk speed, and we can set it to around 200 bucks. As you can see, the unit is centimeter per second, so you can set it according to your will. As you can see, this looks a little bit natural. You can use another animation according to your will. Now what it is doing is coming here and then agonizing. Now that is not a very zombie like thing, so we'll have to add an attack. So also, what is the acceptance? We'll have to set the acceptance radius of the zombie. What is the acceptance radius? Like, it is the radius from the character, which is us, or the location. It will be a little bit of distance, and for acceptance radius it is going to be I'll set it to 100. You can check it and change it. As you can see, it will stand a little bit further, and again it is doing its act, a very zombie type act. So what should we do here? Well, on success, we'll play animation, play anim montage. Okay, what is play anim montage? Play anim montage is nothing but it actually plays an montage. What is a animation montage? Animation montage is a very useful tool where we can add animations, add another animation in our game. Like, I'll show you. Select the zombie attack, right click on it, create anim montage. We'll call this AM for animation montage underscore zombie attack. Now as you can see, in animation montage there are different things that are usable. Blend out the mode in, blend mode out, like all of this, and we can actually add another animations, like after attack it will do some acting, but we are not concerned about that, so we'll just use the zombie attack. Now we'll compile this, and in the anim montage we'll select AM zombie attack. Now what should happen? Now the zombie will come, it will attack once and then again go back to idle state. So we'll have to loop this again, but here looping it will be a little bit of a trouble, because what this will do is it will, I'll show you. Wait, we'll call for a delay in the return value. We'll drag from return value and then add it to delay. Now what this will do, it will calculate the length of the animation and then it will set the delay accordingly. Now if we drag it here, you will see why the zombie is not playing the animation. It is because we haven't added a slot. What are slots? Slots are nothing too much difficult, but this reserves a slot for in the zombie to play an animation montage. To play an animation montage, you will have to have a default slot. Now this will play the animation, and this always should come from on success. Otherwise, it will continuously play the animation montage. It will continuously play the animation montage for now also, because we are continuously calling it. As you can see, it is not completing the full attack. It is just playing a part of it and then playing it again. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to create a boolean which will be called attacking, and then we'll have to we'll first set the attacking. Also, a quick shortcut for this, if you press Alt on your keyboard and drag it, it will always set the value, and if you press Ctrl on your keyboard and drag it, it will always get the value. So we'll set it to attacking true, compile, and then we'll get it here, get a branch. If it is true, it will play, And also we will have to use a node called do once. What do once will do, it is everything that will be under do after do once, it will be playing only once, and we can reset it again. I will call do once, not this one, do once. And you can see here there is a reset value, reset also. Like now the loop should be this will be to reset. Now what this will do is it will play an animation montage, it will again go back, it will check if we are attacking, and then it will play the montage. Okay, so when the attacking should be false, whenever after this, like after it is true, we'll set it to false because we are already in the attacking state. Now this will set it to false here. Okay, now after the animation is done, we'll set it to true again. We'll compile. And one more thing, when the zombie is not seeing us, it should not do anything. So it in the event tick, what is event tick? It is an event that is untriggered at every tick. What should we do here? First of all, from player scene, we'll set if it is false, we'll set the player scene boolean to false, and we'll get from tick we'll get the player scene. We'll check it. If we are not seeing the player, like I would suggest not to use many function in on event tick because it is very expensive, not as currency wise, but on your system. And as I am using a boolean here, this will not be a big problem. So if the player is seen, we'll get the character movement component, we'll drag it from here, we'll search for stop movement immediately, and if it is false, be careful with your conditions. Now I hope it works. As you can see, we are getting attacked, we are getting attacked again, and if it is not seen, it will stop there and do the idle animation, and if we get seen, it will follow us and will do attack. Now for the tutorial purpose, I won't be doing the zombie attacking us, but how should we kill the zombie, we'll be doing that. So this is done. Now in our third person character, as you can see, we are using, I've used multiple line trace. This should be line trace, line trace, line trace by channel. Yeah, start, end. This will be camera, draw debug time for duration. I'll set it to 0.2 seconds. That's enough. Now as you can see, there is a out hit and a return value. Out hit basically stores the hit result of your line trace, and you can break the hit result to get many things like blocking hit, time, distance, location where it is getting hit. The hit actor will be basically using the hit actor. Now what hit actor will do? First we'll check if it is valid. If it is not valid, we'll do nothing. And from return value, we'll get a branch. If it is returning a value, only then we'll proceed. We'll check the input object, hit actor, and if it is valid, then we'll check for actor has tag. What is actor has tag? It is nothing but imagine this as you have a group of friends and the people you don't like. You will tag your friends as friends, and the people you don't like, you will just for purpose of, we'll just give them a tag enemy. So if you give a tag to your friends, you can just see it and you will see, yeah, those are my friends and those are my enemies. So this is basically that, where we'll go in the zombie, we'll click on zombie self, we'll search for tag, we'll call this enemy. Also don't create enemies, that is not good. We'll call this enemy. I will copy this name. Also this is for a very specific purpose. All of this mesh and character movement, and just click on zombie self and then give the tag here. Now in the BP third person, we'll in the tag we'll set it to enemy. Oh my god, we'll set it to enemy. Now we'll get the return value. If it is returning a value and if it is valid, we'll from the true value we'll call a function apply damage. As the name will suggest, it will apply some damage to the hit actor. Okay, so we'll call for apply damage. And there are different different function apply point damage or not, but for now we'll be using apply damage. And this is the damage amount that you will be causing. You can create your own variable, or you can just give it a value here. I'll just give it a value here, that will be 10. Let's give it 10. And the damage actor is going to be hit actor. And as we are causing the damage to the hit actor, we'll call an event here, event any damage. Now what this will do, as you can see, event when this actor takes any damage, like any damage. So we'll call this. We will also make a variable which is going to be a float type. This is going to be max health. Max health. You can we'll have to change. This is going to be a float variable. We'll compile this and we'll set the give it a default value. The default value should be 100. Now, how the health is going to work? Like we are getting a damage, we have a max health. We'll continue for every damage we'll be decreasing the value. Like we'll subtract the damage value from the max health. We'll get the max health here. As the default value of max health is 100, we'll get this from damage. From max health, we'll just click on the minus button, which will call the subtract. Then we'll the input should be damage. We'll pull it here, and then what will happen? Think of it as the max health is 100. We are subtracting 10 from it, and then we'll have to set the value again. The max health is going to be. We'll have to set the max health again. Now, for this to not go on the beyond 0, we'll clamp this value. Clamp float. This will just make a range of it from 0 to 100. We will drag it here, and from the return value, the return value is going to be the input of this compile. Now from here we'll see if our health is 0, the zombie should get destroyed, right? So we'll see equals to 0 and click on branch. Now if it is 0, we'll call an event called death, a custom event death. For now, we'll be using ragdoll. So how ragdoll is used? We'll simulate some physics. Unreal calculates the physics itself. So first of all we'll get the mesh. We'll search for collision. Now we'll search for enable collision. Set collision enabled. We'll set it to collision enabled, and then from the mesh we'll get simulate physics. Set simulate physics. It will be true, and after some delay the actor should get destroyed. So we'll call for delay, which is going to be 3 seconds, and then we'll just call destroy actor. This will destroy the actor, the zombie. Now this is all good. Now from true we'll search for death. Now this will call whenever our max health hits 0. Okay, so let's try it. As you can see, the zombie is dead and it is destroyed. Now we have no way of seeing that we will not be using the debug for our game. So to know that our enemy is getting hit, we will have to use some effects, VFX. From the, you have if you have enabled the starter content, you will have some effects by default. So we'll go in the third person. We'll call for spawn emitter at location. What will be the location? The location will be from the breakhead result. This will be the location, and here, like for now, we'll just use the explosion. Okay. Now as you can see, it is shooting there and it is showing some VFX, and now we have a way of knowing that we are hitting the enemy. Now this looks a little bit boring because our character is just holding the rifle and it is just shooting. So we'll use some animation for our character. That is why we have added the animation starter pack content. Now in the fire we'll just select it all, drag it a little bit left, and we'll call for play animation here, play montage. This also plays the montage, but we have some different execution pin here for our for different use. We'll go in the content and go in the folder that we retargeted earlier. We'll search for fire rifle heft. As you can see, it is firing a little bit. It is a very small animation of 23 frames of 6 seconds, and we'll create animation montage. Create animation montage. We'll call this anim rifle, anim shoot rifle. Now in the montage to play, we'll search for shoot rifle. Compile, and now we'll be shooting some bullets. And for the gun, we'll also play an animation. The animation will be in the military pack itself. We'll go in content, military pack, weapons, anims, and you can see fire rifle double. We'll remove the sound from here for now, and you can see it is also having some effect. So we'll play this animation, not the animation montage, but the animation. We'll drag the assault rifle mesh here. We'll call for play animation. We will search for fire rifle hip. We'll call this, and connect it to here. We'll change the camera boom a little bit more for better use. Set the offset to 90, and we'll change the offset in Z to 80. Why is this rotating? Now as we have some VFX going on, we'll just we'll change the debug to none, and if we are shooting the walls, there will be no VFX, and if we are shooting the zombie, this will create an explosion. Like you can use some flash hit effects for the zombie, but for now we will just use the default ones. And that is it. Like we have the basic zombie shooter game. You can do some changes to make a reload type function, that is on you, but this is totally the basic. And to check it, you can drag and drop some more enemies, the zombies here, rotate it, and now if we play, we'll save all, we'll close everything here, As you can see, now everyone is chasing. We can just shoot them all, and as you can see, everybody gets ragdolled here and dies. So congrats to you. You made your first game, and it was very easy, right? Yes, it was, because Unreal Engine is a very beginner friendly in a software where you can make games very easily. So that is it for this. And today what we have learned about animation blueprint, blend spaces, characters, zombies and AI move to and all. We have learned about animation blueprints, how we can change the states of our animations, of our character, of our zombie. Thanks for watching this, and thanks for being there with me. I made some mistakes. You will make some mistake. Mistake is a part of learning, and that is how you will grow. And for any queries, I'll be there with you. And congrats and all the best for your game.